Hey Lakers Nation, buckle up for today's bombshell news and red-hot last-minute rumors. Get ready because today's scoop will leave you speechless. So let's dive right into today's headline. Lakers fam, we need to talk about a trade that keeps haunting us like that nightmare where you show up to school in your underwear. Remember Ivica Zubac? The big man we shipped across the hall to the Clippers in what might go down as one of the most lopsided trades in Lakers history? Well, he's absolutely feasting this season, and it's time we face the painful truth. Let me hit you with some stats that'll make your purple and gold heart sink. Zubac is currently averaging a monster 16.8 points, 12.6 rebounds, 2.7 assists, and 1.1 blocks per game while shooting an efficient 62.8% from the field across 80 games for the Clippers. This isn't just good. It's dominant center play that we could desperately use right now. The Clippers' social media team twisted the knife recently when they proudly announced that Zubac is the only player in the entire NBA with over 1,000 rebounds this season. Let that sink in. The guy we basically gave away for free is now leading the entire league in a major statistical category. What makes this story particularly painful is remembering how Zubac started his career wearing our iconic jersey. The Lakers drafted him with the 32nd pick back in 2016, and he showed flashes of potential during his 2.5 seasons with us. In his final partial season as a Laker, the young center was putting up 9.4 points and 7.7 rebounds, while shooting nearly 54% from the field in 26 games. Solid numbers for a 22-year-old still developing his game. Then came the trade that Lakers fans wish they could erase from the history books. On February 7, 2019, Adrian Wojnarowski dropped his infamous bomb. The Clippers are trading Mike Muscala to the Lakers for Michael Beasley and Ivica Zubac, league sources tell ESPN. Now, I know hindsight is 20/20, and nobody could have predicted Zubac would transform into the rebounding machine he is today. But even at the time, many Lakers analysts were scratching their heads. We traded a promising young center with good hands and defensive instincts. For Mike Muscala, the return on investment tells the whole story. Muscala played just 17 games. For the Lakers, starting only 4, averaging a forgettable 5.9 points and 2.6 rebounds while shooting 43.4% from the field. He wasn't terrible, but he certainly wasn't a difference maker. Meanwhile, the Clippers have enjoyed watching Zubac develop into one of the most reliable centers in the league. To twist the knife further, the Clippers are currently sitting pretty as the 5th seed in the brutal Western Conference with a 50-32 record. They've built a solid foundation with Zubac as their interior anchor, a foundation that arguably should have been part of our Lakers rebuild. This trade represents a larger issue that has sometimes plagued the Lakers front office: the impatience to develop young talent. We've often prioritized immediate veteran help over the slower process of player development. And while it did bring us a championship in 2020, trades like this make you wonder about the potential dynasty we might have built with more patience. Imagine a world where Zubac is grabbing boards and protecting the rim alongside Anthony Davis in our front court. That's the kind of size and skill that could have completely transformed our interior defense and rebounding, areas where we've struggled at times this season. So Lakers Nation, what do you think about this trade looking back? Was it one of the worst moves in recent Lakers history? Would Zubac have developed the same way if he stayed with us? Or was this just an unfortunate miss that every front office occasionally makes? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear your take on what could have been with Zubac in purple and gold. And if you're enjoying this no-holds-barred Lakers coverage that isn't afraid to call out the tough truths, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We bring you the raw, unfiltered Lakers analysis you won't find anywhere else. Hey Lakers Nation, buckle up for today's bombshell news and red-hot last-minute rumors. Get ready because today's scoop will leave you speechless, so let's dive right into today's headline. Lakers faithful. I can barely type these words without my hands shaking. The basketball world has been turned completely upside down with what might be the most earth-shattering trade in modern NBA history. Multiple sources are reporting that the unthinkable has happened. Luka Doncic is headed to the purple and gold in a blockbuster deal involving Anthony Davis going to Dallas. Yes, you read that correctly. The 25-year-old Slovenian sensation, arguably the most talented young player on the planet, is reportedly set to don the legendary Lakers jersey and team up with LeBron James in what could instantly become the most terrifying duo in basketball. The details emerging from inside the organization paint a picture of absolute chaos when the news broke. According to a player who was recently traded from Dallas, the moment was surreal. "I went to Shams, and it was like the trade had been announced. It's Luka for AD. The funny thing is, moments later, I could hear the shock throughout all the hallways. Upon opening the door, my teammates and I were just staring at each other, wondering what had just happened. Can you imagine being in that locker room when this bombshell dropped? Players who thought they knew their futures suddenly facing complete uncertainty. The NBA landscape changing in an instant with one notification from Shams Charania. While the basketball world processes this seismic shift, there's a fascinating subplot developing in Philadelphia, involving a young guard who's making the absolute most of his opportunity after being caught in the ripple effects of earlier trades. This player, who was previously in Dallas for a brief stint, has been absolutely lighting it up since joining a depleted Sixers roster. The numbers are staggering. 21.9 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 4.5 assists per game across 28 appearances. Those aren't just good stats. They're star-level production from someone who many had written off as merely a rotation piece. His explosive scoring performances have Philadelphia fans wondering if they've stumbled upon a diamond in the rough, a potential cornerstone for their future plans. But let's get back to what this Luka trade means for our Lakers. The pairing of Doncic and LeBron presents a basketball purist's dream. Two of the highest basketball IQs in the league, both with exceptional court vision, playmaking ability, and scoring prowess from all three levels. The pick-and-roll combinations alone will give opposing coaches nightmares. Of course, there's the massive question of how we'll replace Anthony Davis's defensive presence and interior dominance. AD has been the anchor of our defense since arriving in LA, and his chemistry with LeBron was crucial to our 2020 championship run. His shot blocking and versatility on that end of the floor won't be easily replicated. This deal represents a fundamental shift in Lakers' philosophy, moving from a defense-first approach anchored by Davis to what will likely be an offensive juggernaut, built around the playmaking brilliance of James and Doncic. The front office is clearly betting that overwhelming offensive firepower can overcome potential defensive limitations. For Dallas, acquiring a talent like Anthony Davis gives them an elite two-way player who can transform their defense overnight, while providing Kyrie Irving with a devastating pick-and-roll partner. The Mavericks are taking their own massive gamble, betting that Davis, with his injury history, can stay healthy enough to lead them to contention. As we look toward the future, this trade creates as many questions as answers. Will Luka and LeBron be able to share ball-handling duties effectively? Who will protect the rim for the Lakers now? Can Rob Pelinka surround this new superstar duo with enough shooting and defense to maximize their talents? What's undeniable is that this trade instantly puts the Lakers back at the center of the NBA universe, creating a team that will be must-watch basketball every single night. The combination of star power, skill, and basketball intelligence between LeBron and Luka could potentially revolutionize offensive basketball if they click. So Lakers Nation, I'm dying to hear your thoughts on this historical shakeup. Are you excited about welcoming Luka to LA? Sad to see AD go? Do you think this makes us immediate title favorites, or are you concerned about our defense moving forward? Drop your hottest takes in the comments below. And if you're as shocked as I am by this league-altering trade, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. We'll be breaking down every angle of this deal, analyzing the fit, and keeping you updated with all the behind-the-scenes Lakers news as this situation develops.